All right, we'll go ahead and call the Board of Zoning Appeals to order at 5 PM. Roll call.
Mr. Golis?
Thank you. Here.
Ms. Curley?
Here.
Mr. Andrus?
Here.
Mr. Reed?
Here.
Chairman Rowe?
Here. All right, can I get approval of the August 28, 2024 regular meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Roll call.
Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Ms. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. All right, so we're gonna start with our first waiver. So make sure when I call it the waiver request, make sure you sign it and at the podium, state your name, address, and then give us a little bit of variance, what the background is on the variance request, and then go from there. And then afterward, we'll ask for anybody to speak for or against the matter, do the same thing, sign it at the podium, and we'll go that route. So with that, we'll go ahead, and this is a board of 5, obviously, so you'll need 3 yes votes for your variance to be approved. All right, with that, we'll get started. First waiver is W1731-24, waiver of ordinance 082-2024, section 1155.04B, 7B, relating to private swimming pools. Location is 1745 South Wind Road. The applicant owner is Greg Hillebrand. That's you.
How you doing? Greg Hillebrand, 1745 South Wind. Thank you guys for obviously having this meeting. So what I'm requesting is my pool is 25 by 45. And I found out when we submitted the permit that over 800 square foot needs to be over 50 feet away from your house. As you can see, this is our site plan for what we would like to do. We're 25 foot away off of the house and 18 foot, give or take, roughly off of our barn, which is to the, on this picture, it's on the north. Couple of, issues or hardships, as you can see, is, the farther we push it away from the house, the closer it will get to the pond. There is a significant grade shift from the pond down to I guess from where the pool would sit to where the pond is. As you can see kind of in this picture, that swing set is about 35 feet. I measured roughly off my house, so I would be 15 feet off of that. So I would be really encroaching on the pond. As well as the pond, you can see there's a dirt spot. I cannot move it this direction and more to the south. We got an exemption. My son is buried in our backyard. He passed away at 3 months old, and his grave site is right there. And that is part of, it's kind of all tied into the landscape design that we did with the pool for his headstone and everything along those lines. So we are just simply requesting that there be an allowance for us to be within the 50-foot margin that is in the zoning code.
So we're what, 200 square feet? I didn't even know this existed. I'm pretty sure I'm probably pushing the envelope on my pool. Any other questions from the board? Anybody else here to speak for or against the matter?
In reference to that, not to interrupt, I did speak to both of my neighbors. There's only 2 houses over there. They both gave their blessing for it. I made sure they had no issues with it. There's really no other place for us to move it. Behind the barn, we would still be encroaching on the property lines. Same thing on the opposite side of the grave site, and putting it behind, that pond wouldn't really be practical either. So if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
If there's no more questions from the board, nobody else here to speak for or against the matter, I would entertain a motion.
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call.
Ms. Curley?
Yes.
Mr. Golis?
It was Mr. Reed.
Oh, sorry about that. Mr. Reed?
Yes.
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Mr. Andrus?
Yes.
Chairman Rowe?
Yes. All right, you are all set. You can follow back up with the building and zoning department.
Thank you.
No problem. With that, we will adjourn the Board of Zoning Appeals meeting at 5:05. We will open the Board of Residential Building Appeals at 5:05. All right, can I get a roll call for that board?
Mr. Golis?
Yes.
Ms.
Here.
Curley,
Sorry.
Here.
Mr. Andrus,
Here.
Mr. Reed,
Here.
Chairman Rowe.
Here. All right, similar to how the Board of Zoning Appeals works, we'll make sure you're signing in at the podium when we call your appeal hearing up. Just make sure, state your name, address, and then just give us a little background on the variance request, which I think the majority of the board was here when you guys tried to go through the zoning side of this, but just do it one more time for us, just so, because I think we had one board member that wasn't here. And so with that, we'll go ahead and again, same thing as with the BZA meeting. So there's 5 board members here. You'll need 3 yes votes for your variance to be, or your appeal to be accepted, and go from there. So with that, we'll get started. First item is A32-24, appeal of section 1369-09 of the codified ordinance of City of Oregon relating to homeowner exemption. Location is 2060 LaFrance Street. The applicant is William Allen Polson.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is William Polson. I reside at 2068 LaFrance Street. My additional property is 2060 LaFrance Street. And all I'm requesting from the board is to be able to work on my property at 2060 LaFrance Street without being considered a live-in resident. So without going through contractors to do the build entirely, do the work myself.
And this second property is, this family members live in that residence, correct?
I'm sorry.
You have family members that live on the property you're trying to do the work in?
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
sir. The plan is to get 2060 LaFrance in order so my mother and father
Okay.
can move in. Our hardship is just financially and as well as space-wise. It would help tremendously if we could get an extra live-in quarters for them.
All right. Any questions from the board? Anybody else here to speak for or against the matter? With that, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve A-32-24 as submitted. Could we add a condition to that the family members move into the home after it's completed?
Yes. I don't know. I guess we got to
Remotion.
remotion. There you go.
I'll make a motion to approve A-32-24 as submitted and appealed to stipulate that family members have to move into the property. I'll second.
Mr. Andrus,
Yes.
Mr. Golis,
Yes.
Ms. Curley,
Yes.
Mr. Reed,
Yes.
Chairman Rowe.
Yes. All right, you are all set. You can follow back up with building and zoning as well. And we will adjourn the meeting at 5:09 PM. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I have a question.
Yes.